So a very warm welcome to Mr. Ahmed and Ms. Rajia on the first show of the new year 2023. So first up, wishing you both and the entire team at Infinity Galaxy very, very happy new year.
Thank you.
Thank you. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Thank you. So we are back again trying to understand markets from the expert's perspective of the oil and gas industry. And that's where your perspective really comes in. Very, very useful for us and our viewers together. So welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you.
So our first question, Mr. Ahmad, is that crude prices seem to have recovered in the beginning of this week, but the larger recession fears are growing. So where do you see it moving in terms of the prices?
Thank you, Mr. Parnell, and Happy New Year. And hope the peace and the freedom for all nations, especially for my country, Iran. In the answer of your question, yes, on Monday, 9th of January 2023, Brent crude oil had a weak growth and the range of $80. And on the same day, and after 1 week fall in the single price of the fuel, we see an increase of $10 increase in the fuel oil on Singapore. As you mentioned, the technical analysis showed that the oil price under the pressure of the global recession, although the increase of the demand observed in China, the same time the situation is unclear due to the COVID situation in China, that we also see that every day the infection are increasing. On the same time, we heard that the USA might increase the interest rates, and all these factors have a big pressure on the crude oil price. So we see that we have a pressure on the crude oil, and we are not estimating that the price will go up more than 80 in the next week, maybe.
Thank you. It seems very crucially poised, and let's see how the further weeks bear out in terms of the prices. Thank you. And our next question to Ms. Rajia is on the bitumen side of the market. We have seen that the bitumen prices have been correcting for the last 3 weeks now. So how is the VB prices moving in Iran, and where do you see it impacting the bitumen price in the coming weeks?
Yes, Mr. Brown. I have to say that Iran bitumen price increased around 8% on 5 January, while bulk bitumen price again reached over 500 in the beginning of 2023. Still, I have heard that we are exposed to face another fall of bitumen price in India in mid-January, up to $15. In Iran, and after the assignment of new governor of Central Bank of Iran, we didn't see any significant drop of USD value, and it is still in its highest possible level in the history of the record of USD prices. This situation led to a confusion in the market for pricing bitumen in Iran, because on one hand the pressure of oil price, and on the other hand the expectation of fall of prices due to the devaluation of national currency, as well as the competition that we are facing between the refineries, have created a very complicated situation in Iran. Also, there cannot be any clear orientation about the pricing at the moment, because all the effective factors are acting against each other at the moment. Also, I have to say that because of the cold season, some of the projects in many of the countries have been stopped, and it decreased the demand. So maybe it is a time that we should wait to see how will be the next trend of market in the future.
So market awaits clearer signal onto the bitumen side, and we'll need to wait and watch. Another point, if I may add, so Mr. Ahmad, is in terms of the overall prices, we have seen that the US dollar index has come fair bit down from its recent highs. And that also poses a kind of challenge to understand why the crude prices are not moving as normal, because when the US dollar comes down, the prices generally move up. So possibly, as you mentioned, the recession and the demand fears, they seem to be weighing onto the markets, awaiting some clearer signals. Would that be a correct assessment?
At the first of 2023, we also see some declaration from the Federal Bank Reserve and also some economy institute that in 2023 we will face a big recession, global recession, because of the inflation in 2022 and the continuous inflation in 2023 in Europe, in China, in USA. And right now, we can see that the economy doesn't have enough power to move up, and also it doesn't seem that the news coming from other countries doesn't show any positive economic growth happening. And maybe we should wait till the February when the Communism Party in China will have the yearly conferences, and at the outcome of the China communism yearly, we can understand what is the China situation and what's their plan for 2023. At that time, maybe we can have find a way what will be happening. But right now, in the second week of January of 2023, we didn't see a sign of a very flourish year for the economy or for any growth happening in any country. And because of that, as you also mentioned, although that the interest rate may change or US dollar index is increasing, but we didn't see anything happen on the crude oil. So I think it's mostly related to the global recession.
Thank you. Thank you for your deep insights,
Thank
Mr.
you.
Ahmed, Ms. Rajia. And it was a pleasure having you back on the show. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you.